animal consciousness.
Animal consciousness. People helping animals, people helping the planet. The program's mission is to improve the living conditions of all animals and the health of our planet.
Hello everybody, coming to you live from Hesperia, California. I'm Randal Massaro. Today, we're the guests here at the RO Indigenous Gathering in Hesperia, California. Being friends with many Indigenous people as they join us in the fight to save our wildlife, the sacred ones, whether it's the wild Mustang, the bear, the wolf, the coyote, the buffalo. Keep in mind, animals play a very intricate role in the Native American community. They're part of our union members for the Preservation of Wildlife International. That they hunted only for survival. And we're going to speak to many Indigenous people and getting to know their sacred deities, their heritage, their culture, what's important to them, and their dances. But I want to introduce you first to my dear friend, Richard.
I'm Richard Quiroga. I'm Rumson Aloni from Monterey Bay. And our organization here is about, we're a healing society, and we like to bring people together. When we're together is when the healing actually happens, you know, when we're able to share and be with each other, and it's all about community, and that's what we're doing here today.
The natives are very intertwined with animals and animal rights, as the animal is, I guess you call them your brothers, your sisters, your relations.
Being Indigenous and being Native American, it's about understanding that nature is our teacher. We learn a lot from nature, and animals especially, they carry their own spirit, and they help guide us in our life. There's a lot of different ways that the animal and nature, they guide us in our daily activities in life. The outreach that we do, people were giving us, they wanted to see more of the culture back here in the high deserts.
You know, when we work together, we become stronger, not only as human beings, but understanding each other. How could they get a hold of you?
Okay, you can across social media. We're at Indigenous Embrace. If you look for the bear paw, that's us. As well as our website, indigenousembrace.com. We actually hold ceremony lodge at our place here in Hesperia. Everybody's welcome to join us in all these events.
Native Americans lived in harmony with nature. They didn't wipe it out. Yes, they hunted for survival, and that's why you see me wearing this in homage to my friends of the Native American community.
In my generation, you know, a lot of us come from parents of civil rights and things like that, and so when you give up that connection, then you lose sight of what is important, and that is the recognition and the responsibility, as well as the preservation of all our nature, of all culture, you know, all our. It's embedded in our culture to be that, you know, to preserve it. But we are the bridge now of bringing that back from what was before to what is the future, and you can live both worlds. In our way, we understand the seen and the unseen world. Those are two worlds that we live in: the past, the present, and the future. Right? So we can move forward in that, as well as keeping our traditional values and our way of life.
As you can see, we're surrounded by fabulous warriors, men and women. And one drum, a very talented, all-female Indigenous drum group. If you haven't heard them, tune into them. did you know that the women, too, are also warriors? You got to take a look at this Indigenous drum group. Take a look at these warriors, if you will.
I am with Southern California Yaqui, and how One Drum came about was I've been with the hand drum for the last 20 years. I've been taught by my brothers and my sister Josie, and what I found is more women wanted to make more drums, and with me the drum is with great respect, because that means an animal has offered his life for this medicine. And so I started to feel overwhelmed when I was soaking the hides, and so I did it with deep prayer, actually, with deep prayer. Creator asked and brought forth and said, it's time now, Sewa, to bring the women together around the big drum for the sole purpose of healing and singing their prayers. And my brother Michael Mejia created this amazing poetry, this beautiful gift called One Drum. And so he said, you are the one drum, you are one drum. And that's how One Drum came forth. And my sister said yes to being part of One Drum and to move this journey forward. And really, it's as simple said. We gather around the ceremonial drum for the sole purpose of singing our prayers, healing our hearts, healing our community, because there's nothing more powerful when we sit knee to knee and look in each other's eyes and surrender and become vulnerable and share our stories, because we realize that their story is my story is their story, are healing. Every time we heal ourselves, we heal our mothers, we heal our ancestors, and this is why it's so important that we do this soul work, this gift that Creator has gifted us. So that's my story, and that's the story of One Drum, and you can ask our other sisters how it came forth for them.
Well, we are inter-indigenous, inter-tribal, so the beauty of this group is that we come from all backgrounds and we come to teach each other our medicine. So many of us are from mixed races and some of us are from specific tribes, but the truth is when we sing our prayers, we're all one, and that is what is felt. You feel the unity and you feel the synergy of us coming together as one voice and one drum.
Hi everyone, I'm so grateful to be here this day. I want to say thank you to the Creator.
I pray for everyone or anyone who went through the culture clash while migrating here and they couldn't find a place in this country, they couldn't see a path. I pray that they also get connected to their roots and find their way and find their life. So I'm grateful.
My name is Young Woman Dancing, and I wish you a blessed day, and thank you for being with us today.
My healing is your healing is my healing.
Just honoring our rich indigenous legacy, and coming together and saying prayers and empowering ourselves as women.
My name is Litzia. I came from Yucatan, Mexico. I descended from the Mayan civilization.
I enjoy participating in the sisterhood.
This event is important to us because it's time for us to come together as one tribe, one unified tribe of all nations, all colors, all peoples, all creeds, all religions, all genders, all races. And we start by helping our people to remember that indigenous drum within themselves. And we are here solely for the purpose for women to come around the drum and the medicine to heal.
So we sing things four times because the first time you listen, second time you hear, and the third time you feel and you know it, and the fourth time, because you know it and you understand it is a part of you, you send it out to the universe. And so that prayer just echoes back. You send it out and you receive it. You send it out and you receive it. Such a beautiful way of being. I'd like to introduce you to our sister Daniela that carries very much medicine.
Okay, so I'm just going to share a little bit about the beautiful turtle, what it represents, and why we should always just try to connect with this medicine. So this is, obviously it's a turtle, and it is also an instrument, but you have to remember the medicine of the turtle. Even though we want to move quickly in life, we have to be patient and take it slow. So this represents the deer, right, the venado. So you play them together. and so they can walk together and create a sound and create that harmony and balance. So, yes, the turtle and the venado.
I am Eddie Green Flag. I come out here and to enjoy my life, my new life today.
Part of this Indigenous Embrace is a gathering. That's what it is. It encompasses everybody. They welcome everyone of all races, religions, creeds, colors, nationalities, sexes, origins, all coming together as one in a peaceful way. Now, keep in mind, obviously, his nation is Paiute Shoshone, and we were just in a big fight up there recently to stop the bear hunt in Nevada, as well as the court hearing to stop the wild horse roundups. His nation was first and foremost in that fight at the Nevada Department of Wildlife hearings. But being Paiute Shoshone, how do you relate to these animals, Eddie?
Our animals, yes, are very sacred, and our four directions, you know, they coincide with our animal spirits. Our teacher taught us the love of the buffalo spirit to the north, and pride of the eagle spirit with humility and humbleness to the east, and the honesty of the mouse spirit to the south, and loyalty of the bear spirit to the west. So yes, the animals are very important to us. They teach us. A lot of stories are with the coyote, the sanaz. He's our teacher. He usually ends up sadly dying in the end of his stories, but he's our teacher. He teaches us what not to do, and I've seen in a lot of our stories. Yeah, the animals to us, we use them all the time. We eat them, we live by them. Like we said, the love of the buffalo spirit, that buffalo gave everything of its life for us to live, you know, to sustain its people, clothes, food, tools, you know, everything. He gave of himself for us to live, and that's our teaching.
As you see, I wear the Native American clothes because I worked a lot with many indigenous people over the years, and it's not that I'm a hunter, but now keep in mind there's a difference between hunting for survival, as the indigenous people did, and hunting for sport, fun, and profit. Thank God we won protection for the wolves coming back to California. The Paiute Shoshone hold various animals sacred.
Of course, they're important, and they need to be protected.
Well, you said about the coyote. Keep in mind the coyote is probably the most hunted predator on earth other than the wolf. Keep in mind that what people don't know is it's in historical books and on postcards. The Native Americans of California used to pray to the coyote gods, and yet we're wiping out coyotes in every city. So I think you want to keep this in mind as an educational program, is that the coyote was here before we got here. It is indigenous to Seal Beach, Huntington Beach, the mountains, the deserts, the prairies, the valleys, and we had wolves, gray wolves in California. We had Mexican wolves in California. We had 70,000 grizzly bears. Where are they now? Antelope in Antelope Valley. How many antelope do you see anymore? So keep in mind that the indigenous people play a very big role in the fight to save our wildlife.
Right here is for protection.
I am Johnny Chacon, Hickory Apache, out of Dulce, New Mexico. My Apache name is Shidin. I'm from the Oyedo clan. We're called the Mountain People, and that represents animals. Our mountains is called Sangre de Cristo, the blood of Christ, and everything that we represent is very sacred to us. Everything that we do and how we live. Our ancestors represented us Apaches. We don't lose hope. We stay in faith.
My name is Adolfo Arteaga, and I'm from San Miguel de Allende, Guanajuato, Mexico. And I'm just doing this because this is my culture. Well, they're the great teachers. I mean, if we look at them, they're the ones that know everything. So for us, connecting with the animal world is we're all one. We say we are all one. We don't see each other as individual worlds. No, we all share our greatest Mother Earth, and everybody has the right to be here and send love to everything and everybody.
Thank you. I'm Matthew Piccioni. I also go by Mojave Mateo because I've been in this Mojave Desert now for 30 years. I've explored it, hiked it, biked it, climbed it. They're my friends. They have their nonprofit, do sweat lodges with them, so they invited me out here. I also got a little booth back here from all around Zen. Nutrition coaching, because I love to live an active, healthy lifestyle, and when I can help other people do the same, you know, it's great to be able to pass on that knowledge. Very, very ancient, primitive place that we're fortunate to live in. It's a beautiful place to live here in the Mojave Desert.
Today's day was really filled with so much enjoyment, getting to know the indigenous people, the native ways, their culture, their heritage, their sacred deities, as we've been interviewing so many today. And you learned something. So on behalf of Tom Porter and myself, Randal Massaro, and union members for the Preservation of Wildlife International, thank you so much for joining us on today's show. Thank you.